Welcome back to the program. Let's begin this afternoon on line number 1, where I think the first name officially out of the gate seeking the Liberal nomination in Cartwright, Lanse. Hello, Lisa Dempster, you're on the air.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm doing terrific, thank you very much. How about you?
I am doing wonderful, never better. I had a call. I was quite busy here on something, and I had a call. Somebody said, Patty Daly don't know who's running. Well, I said, it's time for me to make a call and introduce myself to him.
I'm glad that you're doing exactly that. Have you made this official in other areas already? Because I didn't know.
Yes, I certainly have. I did my first interview with Peter Cowan. That was on this morning. You can listen to that after you finish work today. It's about 6 minutes long, Patty, on Labrador Morning, and it's been rolled out today through the news. So
it is today that you've announced, though? That wasn't yesterday or what? Today's the day, first of all.
No, it broke yesterday. I did a pre-taped interview with Peter Cowan, and he told today for the first time.
Very well. You're in the race. Are you the only one that we know of?
I am the only one. The nomination was called yesterday. It closes on Friday, and I'm really not sure what is happening with anyone else. But I just want to say, Patty, I have Labrador is my home, born and raised here. I've moved away only for post-secondary schooling for a short sprint in the late 80s and early 90s. For 23 years, I have worked with in career and employment counseling, worked with our people through some very tumultuous times, like the closure of the cod fishery, the moratorium. The most resilient people I know live in this district. I have much respect for them, and in addition to my work, most of which have been in a team lead role, Patty, I've also have extensive experience volunteering on committees, various boards. I am the deputy mayor in my community, and I have sat on zonal boards. I have been the trustee with Labrador Grenfell Health for the past 8 years, and that's been a seat where I've been a voice for the full district. Waste Management Committee, I was a voice for the full district. I was very instrumental in getting the Provincial Career Practitioners Board up and running in the province. I co-chaired that board for a while. In October, I ran for the Labrador seat on the Municipalities Board, and I took that with a very healthy margin. So I feel quite confident that I'm well versed in all the issues, entrenched here in the district. I have a deep, deep passion and pride for the people, for Labrador, and I am the person at this time to step up to the helm and fill that seat for Cartwright, Lanse.
So tackle what, though? I mean, that's one of the tricks, and you obviously have an extensive resume, and I'm glad you called to set me clear anyway as to who you are and your interest in the seat. But when you get the nomination, where do you start? Because I've been making a practice of saying that for candidates and or parties to simply say the Tories are no good, I think is eventually going to fall on deaf ears at some point. So if you had to prioritize things, tackle an issue right out of the gate, here's what I got to do because the people of Labrador need it, what is it?
Absolutely. Very good question. Number one, I don't think I said up front, the reason I chose the Liberal Party, Patty, is because I believe in their platform. They have a strong platform for rural communities, and I think what we've seen lately, I've actually been appalled by the attack on rural communities by this government. We're bleeding out, and there's been cuts to services. Most recently, we've seen all the employment assistance services offices cut. Very vital services in our community, this coming on the heels of the zone board, and so I support the Liberal platform. When I go in, what issues will I be tackling first? I want to have to stay very, very closely connected to the people that put you in, and if you lose sight of that and you stop talking to the people, you better start looking for another job by the time the next vote rolls around. I know, I have learned, I have been down the road, you can't bite off more than you can chew, you can't deal with too many issues at the one time. I believe the fishery can still be a very viable component. It's the backbone of our district. I have some very good connections within the fishery. The Labrador Fishermen's Shrimp Company, very reputable, employs a lot of people in our district. These are the people that I will be talking to as I go forward. Transportation is a huge issue, Patty, because everything we do hinges on transportation, from getting our goods in the trucks, getting our ferry system up there, the Apollo, leaves so much to be desired, and there's so much that needs to be improved there. The tunnel, I believe, cannot be written off, because once we get 138 connected. That still needs to be an option as we look to improve our transportation and make it better. We need
just
better...
1 second, Lisa, let me jump in on that. So the tunnel and the fixed link hold, the entire concept, is that just for the transfer of goods, staples, that we would see a direct benefit, or where else do you think that we could indeed get a return on that investment?
Well, Patty, one of the areas that we have not begun to capitalize or maximize our benefit in is tourism. I traveled last year down through many little places in Alaska. Beautiful. But I came back from Alaska, and 2 days later, I got on a 35-foot boat, and I traveled north to Makovic. And you won't find more beautiful country anywhere. And I thought, man, we've got so many unemployed, and there's so much potential. But in order for you to grow your tourism, people have to be able to find an easy way in and out. And I sat at a municipal symposium in Gander about a year ago, coming up in May, and I listened to a guy talk about the benefits of the tunnel, and I thought this can still very much be a viable option. And yes, we have to make educated, informed decisions, but we have to bring the people in who've done the research, and we have to listen to them and make the decisions as we go forward there. Healthcare, I want to tell you, we have to be able to, people need access to affordable health care. I came out strong when the ground transportation got cut a few weeks ago. I don't know if you heard me in the news. Affordable electricity is a big issue. It's a big issue for businesses. It's a big issue for the residents. We've got some money coming down now for pavement. Where are they starting to? Makes a huge difference. We can't wait 10 years right here in Southeast in this little heavily cluster where, Patty, we got people driving in from Penson's Arm, from Port Hope Simpson to work. Processing facility. We got people from Charlottetown and Port Hope Simpson and St. Louis that drive to Mary's Harbour to do all their banking services. Our communities rely on each other. We need to get pavement. The Straits needs a new top under pavement. So time do not permit me here today with you to discuss all the issues, but I can assure you that I'm very knowledgeable in them.
Hey, next time we get an opportunity to speak, I'll have 3 or 4 very specific questions for you about Liberal platform for rural Newfoundland in particular, because I think that's one place where all 3 parties fall down on the job, is they say rural Newfoundland needs to be protected, but then I don't hear a whole lot more other than it needs that protection and the willingness of government to keep it alive. I think that's one of the areas that all 3 parties can even make some inroads in the urban settings when they have that type of firm plan, because that's probably the biggest hurdle facing any government that comes in. The urban centres will thrive given what they've already got going for them. It's the other question that there's very, very little to sink our teeth into. Lisa, congratulations on having the guts to go for it. It takes a certain amount of courage to want to be a politician this day and age, and I encourage everyone out there to make sure you have a good close look at all the candidates and pick the best one, because these are critical times for the province. I appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time. You will be hearing from me again. I agree with you 100%. It'd be a sad day if all existed to this province was one of the major centres in Labrador and inside the overpass, because the most beautiful parts of our province, Patty, I think you already know, are our rural communities, and I absolutely would not have put my name forward if I did not think that they could still be viable and sustainable if we move forward and share our services out in the right way. So a vote for Dempster is a vote for someone that's dedicated, determined, and dependable. And thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure. Speak again soon.
Have a good day.
Same to you. Bye-bye.